Hey, what's up? How are you doing? Well, I have been good. In case you're thinking of asking me how am I doing, I'm doing pretty good. Life has been good so far. I returned after my 10-day Vipassana, and oof, it was tough this time because I went in as a sevak. Now, just before I get into the next episode of our Zen stories, when you go into a 10-day Vipassana course as a sevak, a lot changes. Nothing remains the same. You have to really let go of your ego, strip yourself off of it completely. And to tell you, it wasn't easy at all. It took me a while to get adjusted to the schedule of the 10 days. But then I think the learning has been fantastic. So much so that I went into a spiritual trance after I returned. And that is probably responsible for a long gap between my last session until now. But it's better late than never. So, welcome back to yet another short and an exciting story by me, Carmel Nair, which is your Zen storyteller right now. I am a life coach, psychotherapist, and a published author. It is my job to coach you, and I'm doing it a little differently, doing it in a fashion of storytelling. Because I have seen that storytelling works phenomenally well with children, with teenagers. I thought, why not start doing this with adults? Maybe a story excites you to learn fantastic lessons and help imbibe those lessons in your daily life. The story I'm going to tell you today is another short Zen story. This story dates back many, many years ago when Japan was under war with some country. I do not recall which one because I read this before I went for Vipassana. But it just so happens that one of the soldiers is taken in as a prisoner by the fighting country. And as he's kept in a cell, he is so anxious, he's so haggard, and so worried about what's going to play out in his life. He thinks of all the worst outcomes, the worst possible outcomes where he could be, persecuted, tortured, killed, put to death, or interrogated endlessly, that he gets so worried that it becomes difficult for him to sleep peacefully or even to rest peacefully for that one single night, where the next day is going to be deciding his fate. But then suddenly he remembers the few words of his Zen master when he used to go to school back in his school days. And the words say, that whenever you're worried, whenever you're tensed, try to be here and now, because there's no better moment than here and now. And suddenly, after remembering these golden words, the Japanese prisoner releases all his anxious thoughts and becomes so centered in the now, where in the now he is in the safe and the secured space of the four walls of his cell, and he realizes that at least until now he has his life and he has a lot to look forward to. By getting centered into the present moment, this prisoner falls into a deep and a nice, sweet sleep without the worry of what awaits him tomorrow. So, whatever the takeaway has been for you from this story, I'd be glad to know what it is. And I will then later share my takeaway about this story. I think you've understood what I wanted to convey. And if you haven't, then keep guessing and try to leave your guesses in the comments there. Until my next story, take good care of yourself, and I will be back with yet another short, exciting, insightful, and a reflective story. Until then, keep smiling and stay happy. Bye bye.